find other great podcasts like this one at podmoth.network.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Cryptid Cocktail Party. I am your host, Dave, and oh shit, this is a show where we have a few drinks, share a few laughs, and take a dive into the unknown. I did it again. This is the second week in a row that I forgot how to do my own intro. Today I'm joined by good friend AJ Westcott. I don't know if you want me to say your last name. If not, I'll bleep it out. But anyways, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good, man. That's fine. You can leave my name in there.
Okay.
Nobody knows me. It's fine.
Aw, I mean, I know you, and that's all that really matters.
That's true.
And now tens of people will know who you are as well.
Oh, good. A whole tens of people.
Well, I'm glad you could join me today. We had a little bit of technical difficulties the past hour trying to get going, but hey, we made it. We made it.
Here we are.
Yeah, that's all that matters, right? Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Not me.
Who would have thought? Not me. No. Look at us.
AJ, well,
let
me ask you one question.
Yes.
Are you a cryptids guy?
Hell yeah, man.
Are you?
Yeah.
I mean, you are drinking Basquatch.
I am drinking Basquatch.
You are, which is
I am.
a cryptid that I cannot get enough of. And by that, I mean, it's fucking batshit insane and wild, and I don't think it's real.
I don't think it's real either. I think they just made it up, but I love it.
It's pretty good.
What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a shandy, a Linnenkugel.
Ooh. I haven't had one of them in ages.
Dude, it's nice out. Fucking sun's out, guns out weather today, baby. Well, I went to the beer store because I found out that Blue Moon made a horchata beer.
Oh, yeah?
And
I have had that. That's right.
I was really excited because I went to this place called Standard Deviant in San Francisco, and they had a horchata beer on tap. It was like a nitro brew, so it was like that Guinnessy, like the bubbles foam down type thing.
Love nitro beers.
Yeah. But they couldn't figure out a way to can it, so I couldn't bring any home.
Okay.
So I found out that Blue Moon makes a horchata beer. And then I went to the beer store today and I was like, yo, do you sell this? And they're like, never even heard of it. And I was like, fine, whatever. So I got these shandies, and when I go up to the register, shandies are a violently different beer than a nitro brewed, but I get to the register. He's like, yeah, so I was doing some research and it looks like they did do it, but they discontinued it in 2018. So I don't know how I don't know, but I was very disappointed.
I got it in a sample pack like years ago. The horchata Blue Moon.
Was it good? I can't imagine it was bad. Or is it
was
too
all
far
right.
back to you to remember?
I really don't remember it. I wouldn't kick it out of bed. It was all right.
All right. I'll take that. All right, AJ, let's get diving into this episode.
Okay.
What are you hoping to get out of this? What kind of cryptid were you hoping to hear about today?
I don't know. I mean, I have no idea. You teased a while ago that you were gonna do the slee stack looking one.
Oh,
but that was a while ago when we first talking about me being on the show. So
no.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking for just a fun time. It's day drinking time. I get to do that.
Yeah, you kicked the whole family out just to do this.
Kick the whole family out.
All right, well, AJ, I'm going to take you on a journey today. We're not just going to go in America, but we're going to go abroad as well at some point. It's not. But first, let's start out in the Ozarks. You familiar?
But I mean, with the show.
All right, so the Ozarks, also known as the Ozark Mountains, Ozark Highlands, or the Ozark Plateau, it's a massive stretch of land that occupies parts of Missouri, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and according to Wikipedia, the extreme southeast corner of Kansas. It's home to some of the most beautiful scenery in all of the United States. It's got hiking trails, the Mark Twain National Forest, the Ozark Trail. It's had warships named after the region. And like you said, it has a TV show starring the dude from Arrested Development and that one chick from that German car artist show that I can't remember the name of. Yeah, it's a whole thing. It's also got a massive cave network, trails, and also fun fact, I learned this: the mountains in the Ozarks were not formed by tectonic shifting, but from erosion. I don't know how. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, so it's not when two. It's not from when like two plates come together or when they like go. It was made that way.
You said Ozark Plateau. So was it just a giant piece of flat Earth that just then turned into a mountain?
Dude, I don't know. I'm not a geologist. I'm just letting you know what I learned while researching this. But whatever. We're not here to discuss that today.
Okay.
I want to tell you about the beast known as the Ozark Howler.
Ooh, all right.
So the Ozark Howler goes by many names, like the Ozark Black Howler, the Nightshade Bear, the Devil Cat, the Whistling Campus, and my personal favorite, the Hoo Hoo.
The Hoo Hoo.
The Hoo Hoo.
Oh man.
So this thing is described as being about the size of a bear, having gray or black fur, stocky legs like a corgi, and like a thick body. And I'm talking like thick with two
like,
C's, just absolute
like dummy thick,
just dumb thick. It's got glowing red eyes and very prominent horns. Now I've seen a few depictions of it. Some have them curled like a ram's horn. Some of them are like bull's horns. Some are just horns that are facing backwards. But I like the ram horn one the best. I think that suits it.
Okay.
You have no opinion on the horns? No preference.
I'm intrigued by the backward horns.
They're just like this.
They slow backward.
Yeah, like they curve over the head.
Okay.
No, you're not a fan of that one?
I don't know. I feel like I need to see it.
I don't know. I'll send you a picture.
Hoo hoo.
Hoo hoo.
Hoo hoo.
Now, its howl is described as a combination of a hyena's laugh, a wolf's howl, and an elk's bugle.
Ooh. That's haunting.
It's I mean, all those mixed together doesn't sound like a good time. But even I was looking up the sounds of this beforehand just to see what they. Yeah. None of those sounds are pleasant to begin with. They're all terrifying.
An elk is terrifying.
Oh yeah, dude. Now imagine all those mashed together into one sound.
I don't want to do that.
If I was hiking in the Ozarks and I heard, first of all, if I heard any of those individually, I would cry. But to hear like that as one sound, I did fuck around and try and so I went into Adobe Audition and I just put all those sounds on top of one another.
Yeah.
And it was just a mash of noise. But because I didn't do any sort of layering, I was just like, hey, let's see what they all sound like on top of one another, and it was not good.
It probably sounds just like that. It's just not a good time.
It's all bad. Now, sightings of the creature date back to around the 1950s, but one story dates back even further, going to the 1800s, where legend has it, American folk hero Daniel Boone wrote a letter to his sister-in-law saying he encountered an unknown blackhorn creature with a terrible howl while on a hunting trip in what is now known as Cuba, Missouri. And like any good frontiersman, he shot at it, of course.
Well, yeah.
I don't know if he killed it or if like he like whatever, but he said he did wound it, so it's whatever. It's even been mentioned in books dating back to the 1930s and 40s, like Tales of the Ozark Howler and Ozark Superstitions. Even author Laura Ingalls Wilder, best known for her autobiographical series, Little House series, like Little House on the Prairie. She wrote those books.
Yeah.
Mentions in a story in her 1932 book, Little House in the Big Woods, about how her grandfather encountered a large black cat type creature. It said that this thing chased him down on horseback through the woods. He was on horseback, not the
stocky ass,
not the howler. Chased him down on horseback through the woods. Was jumping from tree branch to tree branch, and then finally jumping down in front of him, and then presumably either fucking off back into the woods or killing him horrifically. I don't know. I didn't read the book, and I didn't investigate any further past jumping down in front of him.
Oh shit!
Hey, dude, could you imagine?
Sounds intense,
dude. How fast? Like, how fast does this thing have to be? Where you're on a horse, and this thing keeping up with you, but also keeping up with you
right
in the trees.
In the trees.
Yeah.
Jumping around all nimbly pimbly on tiny ass legs.
His little corgi legs.
His little corgi legs.
Yeah.
I mean, proportionately, you said it's the size of a bear?
The size of a bear.
Okay.
It just said short, stubby legs. I added in the corgi bit. I don't know if they're actually that short. I just know that it said it had stubby legs, so I was the one that added that little...
Like little footstools for legs.
Before we dive into the next bit, we'll take a minute to promote another podcast on the wonderful Podmoth Network that we are now a part of. So let's do that real quick.
Do you love unraveling a good old-fashioned whodunit? Oh, honey, me too. I'm Alicia, armchair detective and host of Dead On, a true crime podcast. Join me every Friday. We'll dive into a case that scratches your itch for true crime, dark history, and mystery. Streaming now, everywhere you love to listen.
Okay, we're back. Yeah, you didn't hear anything. I'm gonna edit that in.
Shit.
I'm
Great.
I'm gonna edit that in later. It's
Did we just time travel? Damn.
Those Basquatches are hitting hard. You blacked out for a minute, man. Are you okay?
This is my first one. I don't drink anymore. So yeah, that hit hard.
Oh well, I'm glad I could break you of your sobriety.
It's fantastic. No, it's just parenthood. I don't get to enjoy my libations as much as anymore.
Yeah, well, that's what having kids will do to you.
Sure does. Yo, I real quick side note, I can't wait to draw this thing. This thing's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you some pictures. I know,
you know what I'm thinking of.
What do you think?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's all you, baby.
Do you remember the Herculoids?
The Herculoids.
The cartoon, the Herculoids.
No, is it like the gargoyles?
Oh, it's a good what?
Is it like gargoyles?
No, it's like an old school, like He-Man looking knockoff, but it's from like Hanna-Barbera, made the Herculoid, and one of the animals that like was like a main character is what I'm really basing off the silhouette of this thing.
Now I'm gonna have to look that up.
You're gonna have to look it up, man. It shot like fireballs out of a hollow tusk in its face. It's fantastic.
Oh no. It's called the Herculoids?
The Herculoids.
I hate it so much. Now, when I was giving you the rundown of this episode at work the other day, when I was saying how I couldn't find too many like real sightings of this thing. There are a few spatters around there, but it was really hard to find like credible, like actual sightings of it. Now there like I said, there aren't many credible recorded sightings of the Ozark Howler outside of like legend and folklore that have been reported over the past like 200 years or whatever. There are some, but thanks to a string of emails sent out in the early 2000s to a shitload of cryptozoologists from a bunch of burner accounts claiming to have evidence of the Ozark Howler, it was kind of a lot of people started saying that the whole thing was just a hoax, but it was debunked. The emails were debunked as a hoax thanks to Lauren Coleman, who's a prominent cryptozoologist who looked into the emails, and he discovered it was just some college kid trying to prove how easy it is to fool the cryptid community, which, I mean, it's not that hard. It's been done a million times by like dudes in Planet of the Apes costumes, and like Bigfoot people just eat that shit up, no question. Like,
oh yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not surprised that happened. And
yeah, okay.
But it was caught on pretty quickly. Other cryptozoologists also claim the Ozark Howler to be an all-around hoax, like author of Cryptozoology, Chad Arment. He also believes it's a hoax due to him receiving the previously mentioned email. But for all these people that claim it's a hoax due to like one bad actor, it's kind of bullshit. And I feel like it does discredit those who truly believe they saw something.
Yeah.
Now, anyone who's listening, or even maybe you, AJ, you know that if you live in a rural area, you have a pretty good idea of what's supposed to be there and what isn't.
Yeah.
Like, especially if you're someone who like frequently hunts, hikes, or just likes to be out in the woods doing whatever, black masses or something, whatever you do in the woods. So the people who claim to have seen the Ozark Howler know they're seeing something that isn't supposed to be there. You know what I mean? Like I grew up in New Hampshire. I think if I saw, like, I know there's bears, there's deer.
Mhm.
You know, every once in a while you get like a mountain lion kind of type thing. But I think I would know if I saw something that wasn't supposed to fucking be there. Like in
Well, yeah, if you're used to seeing a bear and then you see a bear with horns, you're going, wait a minute, that shit ain't right.
yeah. So I feel like just to say that, for that guy to say that the whole thing is a hoax all around is kind of
Yeah.
bullshit, because I feel like if you live in the Ozarks, you know what's there.
Yeah, probably. Although isn't the Ozarks, like, I think part of it is like just a big vacation spot.
Yeah, but it also encompasses the extreme southeast.
Extreme. Yes.
But like I said up top, sightings of the Howler go back way further than just some dude trolling, trying to con the whole cryptid community. In his book Chasing American Monsters, author Jason, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, Jason Offutt, says, quote, many people have dismissed the Ozark Howler, but Howler sightings stretch back to the early 1800s, with Lauren Coleman giving his full endorsement of the book, saying, quote, Offutt does a special service to the field of cryptozoology with his new book. So I don't know, man. No one can seem to agree on what the fuck is like going on with this thing. It's either a hoax, it's either not, or people believe in it. I don't know. Yeah.
Who knows?
It's
It
definitely
could be anything.
Yeah, it's definitely a throw your hands up, shrug your shoulders, and be like, I was like that the emoji of that guy just like, oh.
Oh.
So AJ, at this point in the episode, you must be asking yourself, well, what is the Ozark Howler?
What is it? I am.
All right. Well, there's a lot of
The
speculation.
Devil Cat was another name.
Yeah, something like that. Sure. I'm too far down in my script to go back to see what it was.
I'm sorry.
I think it was the Devil Black Cat. I don't know.
The Devil Black Cat.
Well, there's a lot of speculation. Some say it's just a simple case of misidentification, with the usual bullshit explanation saying it's an escaped large cat that got out of its enclosure. Some say that it's a red wolf, a bear. The thing is, there's no large cat population, or at least like a breeding large cat population in the Ozarks. There are bears, but from what I gather, they're kind of contained in like one part of the Ozarks, and not something that would be seen like all over. I mean, you could have like a lone wanderer, like one that just kind of like decided, I'm gonna go on a little trip down to the Ozarks,
Right?
You know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like, but not every single one can be an escaped large cat. Like, how many people fucking have large cats that just escape?
I do know of someone, actually.
Do you really?
I do.
You know someone who's a large cat?
Well, it was
Or
the
that it
Tiger
escaped?
Lady of Jackson.
Jackson?
So in Jackson, New Jersey, which borders like where Great Adventure is, there was a woman several years ago who had her own tiger population, and them shits got out.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah.
In Jersey,
Yeah,
like
fucking-
right over the bridge?
Yeah.
Oh my
Right
god.
next to Great Adventure. So you have like the safari and shit. And then this lady had her own tiger farm, and they got out.
That is insane.
Yep. I think like one or two got out, but then that caused the whole thing. Everyone knew about it. Oh, yeah, so there's Tiger Lady over there.
But also, that's
And
that's one or two too many that are not enclosed.
Well, yeah, that was 4 miles from my parents' house. We heard about that. No,
Was this when you were a kid, or is this like recently?
young adult,
Young adult?
like teenager, I think, late teens.
Goddamn, dude.
Yeah, we had a peacock stray from Great Adventure land on the roof of our house.
Jesus, where the fuck? This is in Jersey?
Yeah,
What is going on in that state?
Great Adventure? Well,
The whole
There's a
state
lot
is a
going
great adventure.
there's a lot going on now.
Well,
They keep relocating big animals to what used to be my backyard.
really?
Yeah, now there's bears like in the surrounding area of where I grew up. There never used to be.
That can't be good. You can't just release.
No.
You can't just release animals.
They're like, hey, there's a bear in Jersey City. Put him in the Assenpink.
The what?
The Assenpink.
The
So it's a wild.
wait,
it's
hold
like a-
on. It's called
Yeah.
the ass in pink.
Yeah, and it's spelled ASSUNPINK. Assenpink.
Oh god, damn it! All right, well,
Sounds German, right?
all right. Let's get back to the story. Some claim that it's a malevolent spirit, one that one claims that it's a. Some claim that it is a malevolent spirit, one that preys upon the weak and unsuspecting, while others claim it's a protector of the region, keeping it safe from those that would want to do it harm. This is my favorite explanation as to what the howler could be. Some say that since the area was a lot of like Scottish, Irish, and Welsh settlers in the region who brought along with them obviously their stories and traditions, that it could be the mythological hound known as the corgi. Now, "ku" means hound, and "she" meaning of the fairy realm, and this is according to some guy I found on YouTube who helped me with the pronunciations of the word.
Ooh,
it is feared,
I like this one. This is a good one.
It is feared by those who believe in it to be the harbinger of death, an entity that would come to take the soul of a person to the afterlife. Now, I'm not very knowledgeable on Scottish folklore or any folklore from that area of the world, but from what I gathered, this creature, also known as the Hound of Death, is said to have shaggy dark green fur, a long coiled or braided tail with the appearance of a wolf, but about the size of a young bull, and the paws are about the size of a man's hands.
Jesus.
Yeah. So the corgi would hunt in almost complete silence, but on occasion would let out 3 loud haunting cries. Only 3, no more, no less. Everyone gets 3. Now, according to legend, these bays could be heard for miles around, even out at sea. And if you heard the corgis baying, you have to reach safety before the 3rd, or you would be so overcome with fear and dread and terror that you just die.
So it doesn't actually like kill you; you just die from
then
it
takes your soul to the underworld.
Giant Reaper wolf.
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
I love that. That's amazing.
So this gets even better. The other part of the legend says that it's also a warning to lock up any woman who was nursing, or the corgi would snatch them and take them back to the fairy mound to supply milk for the children of the fae.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so they would just steal nursing mothers and then use them as like a dairy farm for little baby fairies.
Yo, that's whack right there.
It's pretty good though, right?
Yeah.
Now, the Welsh have a similar legend of the. I had to look this up how to pronounce this too, and I'm still probably butchering, but it's called.
Because Welsh is crazy.
It's called the Coon Anoon.
That sounds about right.
The Coon Anoon, whose howls, if heard, pretty much meant certain death, and its growl. Its growl is at its loudest when it's at a distance, but grows softer as they draw near. And by the time it gets real soft, you're pretty much fucked.
You just hear like a faint, sultry whisper in your ear, and you're like, "Oh, that's it. I'm dead."
Dude, somehow that's more terrifying than hearing a distant growl. It gets to get louder as it comes towards you.
Hey,
you're
dead.
But I wonder if. All right, so hear me out. Conspiracy theory time. You ready?
Ooh, yeah.
All right, so the Ozark Howler has a howl that sounds like 3 different animals combined together.
Okay.
The corgi is known to bark or howl 3 times. What if that is your house haunted? What if that
That was me. I hit something.
But like, hold on. But like, what if that?
Are you getting another beer?
Yeah. What if that Trinity is like something important?
Oh shit! The Celtic Trinity.
That's what I'm fuck right. Like, what if so this is 3 animals together. The corgi has 3 howls. Maybe it's just Americanized to be 3 animals instead of 3 howls.
Yo, is this just like a Celtic chimera?
Yeah, I guess.
I'm
fine with it.
I love this. This is my favorite cryptid yet, I think.
Yeah. So the Coon Anoon.
This is my heritage. I gotta look into this.
So the Coon Anoon is a nightmare. The corgi is a nightmare. The Ozark Howler is a nitmare. It's all bad. But who knows what the Ozark Howler like really is, where it comes from, or even if it's real or not. Strangeology.com worded it best at the end of their article about it by stating, quote, "The story of the Ozark Howler is an interesting one despite the confusion and conflicting information," end quote. And I'm I have to agree, it's a wild ride, and I like to think it's real. But who knows? I guess
it's real.
Yeah,
it's real. I'm endorsing it.
But yeah, that's the story of the Ozark Howler. What'd you think?
Dude, that's amazing. It was a good one. I like it.
Yeah, it's different. It's weird.
I had a question. I forget about it. Are there a lot of you may not know this. It's probably gonna have to like follow up research. Are there a lot of like Irish or Celts in the Ozarks?
Well, that's the area was settled mainly by Irish, Scottish, Welsh, and English.
Fantastic. That's great.
So they brought over all those like stories with them. And if I know anything about belief structures and all these, I mean, who am I kidding? I don't know anything about anything, but there's this entity called a tulpa. Now, a tulpa is something that you manifest into the real world basically by believing in it. So if enough people in one area believe in a certain thing, you can possibly make it real, if that makes sense.
Sure.
So
okay.
Let's say you're in the woods at night and you just happen to hear somehow simultaneously like a wolf howl, a elk bugle. I would say a hyena, but that's not really possible. But you know what I mean? But maybe you hear a combination of noises and you're like, oh shit, that's the Kushi.
Oh shit, the Kushi's coming.
Yeah, and then like enough people start believing it's in the area, you could possibly make it real. And now that could be the Ozark Howler.
Could be.
Yeah, it's a tulpa. Maybe.
I like it.
Anything could be a tulpa.
Yeah.
Tulpa sounds like a fish.
It really does.
All right, well that's the episode. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, AJ, for coming on. Also, AJ is the one who did our wonderful podcast artwork. So, yeah, thank you, AJ.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Do you have anything you want to? Any final thoughts on the Ozark Howler?
You mentioned that one of the things that it could be is like a spirit of the forest, a protector of the forest.
Yeah.
I dig that. You know, that's a cool idea that it's there as a protector, but I really like the idea of like a reaper wolf.
Yeah.
That's just there to just fucking. I'm just gonna take your soul.
It's pretty brutal, right?
The river Styx and see ya.
What I was reading
as it whispers in your ear.
When I was reading about the Kushi and the Kunanoon, they basically pretty much said that it is like a Grim Reaper type deal.
Yeah.
Or who was the guy that ferried people across the river Styx? That guy? You know what I'm talking about. You know that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
Isn't he a Grim Reaper? No.
Who is he? I don't know. He's just a guy. All right. Well, thank you so much, everyone listening. Please follow us on Instagram at Cryptid Cocktail. Yeah, that's it. I don't think I got anything else to plug. Yeah, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much to AJ. And
thank you, man, for having me. This was fun.
Yeah. And come back anytime. Maybe next time we can do it in person instead of over the phone.
I mean, now that I figured it out, I think it'll be easier next time.
All right. See you later.
See ya.